Welcome to week 8 with your football goddess, Shira.
What's up, world? My name is Shira Duncan, and I'm here to introduce to you my show, Pass Interference. It's an NFL talk show with a little bit of twist, and ladies, I'm doing this for us. Every week, I'm going to talk about the world of football, the highs, the lows, the ins and outs, as well as a little treat for you, the Fantasy Football Husband of the Week. We're going to see the man behind the number, and every week, I'm going to teach you a lesson in football, from penalties, offsides, safety, you name it. So check me out every Wednesday.
Welcome to week 8 on Pass Interference. This is your host, Shira. I look a little different because today, the day I am filming, is Halloween, but you won't see this till tomorrow. So just think of this as your Halloween hangover, okay? I am your goddess of football. So here we go. Let's talk about week 8. Man, this season, again, like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, is wide open. It is wide open. These teams that you think are doing really great really suck. And the mediocre teams are doing all right. And the teams that just suck, they just suck. All right, so we're going to talk about my top games this week, starting out with the Chicago Bears at New Orleans Saints. 2012 New Orleans Saints pulled it out. Their consistent football team, from their passing to their rushing to their defense, you name it, they're definitely doing what they need to do. I mean, they're not perfect. They're making some mistakes, but they're definitely picking up for it. Putting points on the board and making stops. So big T for the Bears. You know, they've had a very shaky offense, but their defense not too bad. He had 164 yards, 1 interception, okay? Now, Drew Brees had 299 yards, no interception, and Ingram had 75 yards and 1 touchdown. So let's continue to keep watching the Saints. They're doing great, and see if I'm right about how I feel about them, all right? Moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers at Detroit Lions 2015. This was a crazy game because I'm just going to throw this at you. Matt Stafford, 423 yards for the entire game, no touchdowns. The Detroit Lions did not score a touchdown. All their points, field goals, that's all it was. It's crazy. Ben Roethlisberger had 317 yards, 1 touchdown, and Le'Veon Bell had 76 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, I really feel like Pittsburgh Steelers still curtain, aka their defense, is definitely stepping up, definitely doing what it needs to do. It's crazy, it's great. I mean, we'll see. They're definitely looking like one of the strong players in the AFC, but again, it's week 8. We still got a lot of football to play, so we're just going to keep it going from there. All right. So now we're going to move on to the worst teams of the week. Now, I feel like this segment could be a little bit bigger than the top games because there were some really bad teams this week. They really sucked, okay? We're going to start off with the Miami Dolphins. Shut out to the Baltimore Ravens. 0-40. I mean, I can't believe it. Miami's won the last 2 games, didn't have Cutler. Moore seemed to be stepping up. Their offense seemed to kind of be together, but as you see, their foundation is very weak and it's shaky from week to week. And this was one of those weeks that they got pummeled and knocked into the ground by the Ravens. So definitely make my top list of worst teams of the week. Tampa Bay. What? Tampa Bay. I love you. I've been rooting for you. Come on. We've been talking about this all season. And then you play the Carolina Panthers and you don't show up. I mean, defense looks good. All right, I have to say, I wouldn't say great, but the defense is definitely doing more than the offense. I don't know what Winston is doing. I don't know if he's scared, if he's shaking, if maybe there's an injury we don't know about. If he's maybe not 100%, something's going on with the offense. So I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But damn you, Tampa Bay, for making the worst team of the week, okay? Now, you guys know I hate to say this, and I feel a certain kind of way about it, but I have to put my Oakland Raiders. Now, granted, that was the pop-up ball era, okay? Yeah, I'm a fan, so I'm going to say that, you know, there were some mistakes that happened or things that happened that were out of our control. Yes, I am. Let's just go ahead and get that out there. However, our offense is shaky. It's very shaky, and it almost feels like the only weapon we really have on the field right now is Crabtree. And I mean, come on. If you're looking at our film and you're watching us week to week, you're going to go ahead and double team Crabtree. Then what are we going to do? Pick up the pieces. Trying to pick up the pieces. Maybe after this suspension, Marshawn will come back and want to play some football and want to get into beast mode and put the Raiders back on the map. But other than that, they have made the team, one of the teams, on the worst teams of the week, okay? Last but not least, we all watch Monday Night Football, the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos look absolutely terrible. I really believe that they have got to figure out some things with their quarterback. He's young. He's definitely new to all of this pressure and this role. And he has his good moments and he has his bad moments. But his bad moments are definitely outweighing the good moments. Don't know what's going on. 5 turnovers for the game. 5. That was a lot. I mean, some of those interceptions were just like, what? Like, I could have saw that he was going to catch that ball instead of your man. Like, I don't understand. But then again, I feel like he's rattled and there's a lot going on. But that is why the Denver Broncos have made my list of the worst teams of the week, okay? Now let's get into the NFL standings. Now we're at week 8. We're about middle of the season, definitely starting to see if teams are going to start falling by the wayside or if they're going to just keep progressing and keep moving up to the postseason. All right, so we're going to start off with the AFC East. Now, the Patriots are number 1, but right behind them is the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Buffalo Bills are a team to look out for. They're a little different than they have, with Tyrod and them, but that defense, though, I mean, that's all we have to say. The defense is amazing. So we'll see, but they're right there behind the Patriots. Then we have the AFC West. Number 1 is the Chiefs. Still the Chiefs. I mean, there's nobody really close to them. This is not necessarily a weak division, but they're definitely dominating it, and they're making everybody else look weak, including my Raiders, and I can admit that, and it's fine. Moving on to the AFC North, the Steelers, they're powering through it. Week 8, they're number 1. See if they can continue to keep doing what they're doing. AFC South, we have a tie, okay? Jaguars and the Titans are tied, basically for number 1, the same amount of wins and losses. I really think that the Jaguars will be number 1 in the next couple of weeks, if not after next week. But we'll go ahead and see. But as of right now, it's tied. NFC East, Philadelphia Eagles are number 1. They've been balling out of control. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. But we're going to continue to keep looking at them, see if they can keep making it go. NFC West is tied between the Seahawks and the Rams. I really believe that the Rams are going to be number 1 in the next few weeks, but we will see. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. All right, we have the NFC North, Minnesota Vikings. Now, they have definitely been balling, doing their thing, definitely showing improvements since last season and taking all their weapons and using them to their full capacity, so that's a good thing. I'm okay with that. It's nice to see newer teams a little higher than they have been in the last few years. I'm okay with that. I can rock with that. So we'll just have to see. AFC South, the Saints and Panthers. Number 1 and number 2. Now the Saints, I think, are going to consistently stay on top. If they keep playing the way they're playing, no injuries, they're going to be fine. They're going to keep doing what they're doing. So we'll just have to see. But so now as of week 8, where we're standing in the NFL. And if not next week, but every 2 weeks, I'll kind of go ahead and recap over that so we can all be in the now and just know exactly where your team, my team, everybody's team stands, okay? Now, breaking news Monday night, Ezekiel Elliott will be suspended for the next 6 games. I've been saying he should have got it out the way, but he's been fighting for it, which I'm all about a fight. If you're not guilty, fight for it. But at the end of the day, it's finally going to happen. Unless his legal team can do an appeal or something. I don't know. We'll see. But it looks like he's going to be suspended for the next 6 games. Now, let's talk about the Cowboys' schedule for the next 6 games, okay? They have the Chiefs, Falcons, Eagles, Chargers, Redskins, and then lastly will be the Giants. By the time he comes back, the season will basically be over, the regular season. So I wonder if the Cowboys are going to be able to push through without having him. He's been such an impact to the running game. We'll see. But I knew it was happening, so. All right. Now, as of today, October 31st, it's a Tuesday, has been the NFL trades. Now, they have until 4 o'clock to make trades with different teams making different movements. Now, there's a lot of movement going on, a lot to go over, but I'm just going to go over the biggest thing, and that's going to be backup quarterback for the last 4 years, Jimmy Garoppolo. He has been traded to the San Francisco 49ers, and they have released Brian Hoyer. Now, this is a good move for Garoppolo, especially going to the 49ers. He'll definitely have a chance to start, make things happen, be a leader for that team. And we've all been watching the 49ers this year, and they suck. They need a quarterback. Why not? He's sitting on the sidelines. He's been watching Tom Brady all this time. I mean, the pup's got to get out there. He's got to do something. Give him a shot. And I'm so glad to see that he's going to the 49ers. I don't know if it is enough time to make something happen moving forward this season, but I think next season it'll be different. It'll be a different football team, and that is definitely some breaking news, in the NFL. So just stay tuned to more trades. Now, you're going to see this Wednesday. This is all happening Tuesday. So next week, I'll go ahead and talk about other trades that happened during the week. All right, in this week's segment of Stop the Cleats, I'm just going to talk about the owner of the Houston Texans and his comment about the players on his team. I do feel like you're talking about the players on your team because you are the warden and you run them and they must do what you say do, no matter what. I feel like this is a reason for the season for these players to step up and continue to make movements and actions towards having a voice and letting the world know, as well as the owners know, that no matter what, you work for them, you are still a person, you are still an individual, and you are still a role model in this community, and you are more than just a pawn on a playing field. So this is out to you, my NFL players. I love you dearly, and I appreciate what you do for my entertainment and the world, but also what you do for the community. Keep doing it, because as you see, the people that you thought were in your corner, they're really not. So it's time for you to look out for you, players only, and let's go out there and make a difference. Now it's time for my favorite segment of the week, the Fantasy Football Husband of the Week. This week is Devonta Freeman. He is absolutely adorable. Number 24 running back on the Atlanta Falcons. Now, he is 25. He's just a baby. He's still wet behind the ears. But, you know, like my grandmother said, you get him young, you can train him. Anyway, I'm just playing, but he's still adorable. And look at those adorable dimples. So enjoy this week's Fantasy Football Husband, Devonta Freeman. All right, now it's time for our lesson of the week. Now, every week I have been giving you a new terminology about football, penalty, anything. And honestly, I've learned a lot more about football doing that for you and me and everybody. So this week I decided to find a lesson for me too that I was always so curious about. So this week's lesson is pick six. Now, I just keep hearing pick six forever, and I never quite understood it. And I'm watching the games and I'm just like, okay, well, why don't they just say like an interception? And then it dawned on me that it's more than an interception, because a pick six means that they intercepted the ball and they got a touchdown, right? My mind was blown too. I was like, I couldn't believe it. All this time, that's what a pick six is, okay? So this is the definition. An interception returned by the defense for a touchdown. So the only way it could be a pick six is if they get an interception and scored. Otherwise, it's just an interception. My mind is still blown by that, because all these years I've been hearing pick six, and it never really dawned on me what it is. So now we all know. I know, you know, tell a friend, I'm going to tell a friend, I'm going to tell everybody. It's kind of cool. All right, that'll do it for week 8 on Pass Interference. Thank you so much for watching and taking in my Halloween costume. Everybody wants to be a kid, even if it is the day after Halloween. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Please, Mario, help me. Help me, Mario, help me.
Yes.
Need him. You're going to need that boom. Blah, 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 blah. Start over again.
You're gonna need that boom.
Yeah, that boom. Boom shaka like a boom shaka like a boom. I'm so nervous. That damn ladder scared the shit out of me.
When these ladders walking by more often.
I know. I did a good job. I'm good under pressure.
Under pressure.
Pressure. Okay. That ladder did something to my soul.
You were talking faster than you ever have.
That ladder did something to my soul. And I was talking fast, and I was stumbling on my words, and I was good to go, and I had a good flow.
Yeah. That's good. I'm coming. Don't laugh.